àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ẹ jáde láti wá kọrin ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Tí o bá ṣe tán ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó.
If we are not set, Lagos State indigents.
Ekiti.
Àwọn èèyàn wá láti Ìjẹ̀bú.
The Ijebus.
Ogun State.
Let's open our hymn to hymn 21.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Àsìkò yípadà tiẹ̀ lórúkọ Jésù ọ̀tá ò ní rí ẹgbẹ́ ṣe.
Àwí Jésù
Ẹ jẹ́ kí a
Kristi.
jókòó. Èmi ni olùdarí ètò ti èní.
I am the coordinator for today's service.
Gbogbo ètò pátápátá a ó máa ṣe ìdarí ẹ̀.
And I will
Olúwa yóò wà pẹ̀lú gbogbo wa.
Àmì Jésù.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká jókòó.
Let's be seated.
Kí a tó tẹ̀síwájú,
Before we proceed,
ní ọdún tó kọjá,
last year,
arákùnrin kan wà ní ibí yìí
there was a man here
tí àtìmọ̀ra ti pẹ́ tó ń sáré tó ń bẹ
we had
Ọlọ́run
known ourselves for some
lóríṣiríṣi.
time and he was running about seeking the face of the Lord.
Bàbá náà ń wá nǹkan kan lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run.
The said man was looking for something from God.
Ó ti gbìyànjú púpọ̀.
He had made all sorts of
Ó ti
efforts.
tiraka.
He had tried his best.
Meanwhile, òjíṣẹ́ Olúwa ni bàbá yìí tẹ́lẹ̀.
And meanwhile, he was a worker in the Lord's vineyard.
Òjíṣẹ́ Olúwa tọ́lọ̀ wá pé yẹn, ó wá pè láti jẹ́ òjíṣẹ́ Olúwa fún àwọn ìgbèríko ní orílẹ̀-èdè
As well as
Nàìjíríà.
being a servant of God, he was chosen to be a leader of some people in a particular part of the country.
Ọlọ́run wá darí ẹ̀ wá sí orílẹ̀-èdè yìí.
And then the Lord sent him to this nation.
Ó wá ń béèrè fún nǹkan kan lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run.
Then he asked for God for something.
Àwọn èèyàn ti gbógun lọ́tún, wọ́n ti gbógun lọ́sì.
People had waged war from every angle.
Ó ti ta nǹkan ní ẹ̀.
And he had sold all properties he
Tí
had.
n bá wo arákùnrin pé kò lówó o.
When I look at this man, I see him as somebody who doesn't have
Ṣùgbọ́n
money,
ó gba Ọlọ́run gbọ́.
but he believed in God.
Wọ́n á sọ fún pé wàhálà tó máa nú ẹni pé nígbà tẹ́mi tẹ̀tí rò pé mo jẹ́ ká fi kíní lẹ̀ abọ́sásìkò Ọlọ́run tó bá ti fẹ́ gbégbèsè kan.
Wait for God.
Primate kò kí ń sọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀ ju o.
I do not talk
Tó
too
bá ti sọ
much.
primate ó fẹ́ gbóhùn Olúwa nìyẹn.
When I hear primate, I know he wants to hear from God.
Ìjọ kan á sọ pé August ló máa jọba o. Ó ti
And one
sáré
day he
wọ́n
said
lọ́gọ́st
some
ni ó
people
ti
will
ṣáde
become king and he had been running around and all of that.
wọ́n ní ó ti o kò tí
I
tó
said,
time.
no, it is not yet time.
Wọ́n tún ní wọ́n tún ní pé September ni o.
I
Ó tún ya ó ní
September again.
lágbára kò ní kọjá October yìí.
And he said, by the grace of God, it
Ṣé
will
ọkùnrin tó bá
be
lóyún sínú
October.
á máa tètè gbàdúrà wípé kí òun tètè bímọ.
And you know, a pregnant woman will pray to have an easy and quick
Ah,
delivery.
ó ní kò ní kọjá October yìí primate.
He said it won't exceed October.
Wọ́n ṣe lọ gbé ìwé ẹjọ́ jáde nìyẹn.
And that was how they
Ìwé ẹjọ́ yìí
brought
ó
in the
ga láti
court
bẹ̀rẹ̀.
case. And it was this high.
wọ́n á gbé fún mi. Wọ́n á ní kí n máa kà á.
They now gave
Báàgì
it to me
ńlá
and
ló
they
ń lọ
said
fi
I
ru
should
ẹrù
read.
ẹjọ́ yẹn o. Ẹ ní rẹ́jọ́ lórúkọ Jésù.
Àmì Jésù.
Ṣọ̀wọ́n táwọn yẹn bá ru ẹjọ́ mọ́ ènìyàn.
You know when the God actually brings a case
Èèyàn lè má
against
bọ́nú ẹ̀.
you might not overcome that.
Mo máa ń sọ fún kábíyèsí náà.
I then told the
Mo
king,
ní báwo ìfẹ́ kàwé tó tó báyìí.
how do you
Bá ní
expect me
pé
to read this
mo ti
kind
kà
of
á.
a book? And I told him I had read it.
Ẹ̀rù wa ń bá wípé kíní yìí ó lè má wọ́ọ̀kì mọ́
He
pẹ̀lú
then
ẹjọ́ tó ti lọ
became
pè yìí.
afraid and he felt that this thing would not work out anymore.
Ẹni tí Ọlọ́run máa lò fún ẹ
That
Oh,
person the Lord
Jesus.
will use for you.
láti débi ayọ̀ rẹ.
Ní orúkọ Jésù.
Ikú ò ní pa ẹni náà.
Àmì Jésù.
Albert ní wo lọ́tún Albert ní
We
wo
started
lọ́sì.
looking at things from left and right.
Wọ́n á sọ fún pé wọ́n wọ̀ọ́rì.
I told him not to worry.
Mo pè yín sí ìkórè a máa gbàdúrà fún yín bẹ̀.
I invited him to the harvest and I will
Nínú
bring him
àdúrà
there.
ìkórè yẹn ká
And
nǹkan
in
tó máa
that
ṣẹlẹ̀.
prayer, we'll see what would happen.
Ó ṣojú yín ní ọdún náà lọ́hùn.
You were present that same year.
Kámẹ́rà wà láti show bí ó ṣe rí last year.
Do we have a tape of what it
Oh,
looked
the
like
cameraman
the
last year,
previous
yeah.
year? We didn't have
Kámẹ́rà máa ń wá
a
o.
camera crew last year.
ó sick last year.
He wasn't around that time.
So a ṣe ní cameraman tuntun mi ni.
We just have a new man handling the camera.
Ṣùgbọ́n kábíyèsí náà ní ọdún tó kọjá yẹn ó jókòó síbí.
But that man sat down here with an honorable.
Kò dé fìlà ń gbà náà lọ́hùn.
He didn't have a cap on him that time.
Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Ọlọ́run ẹ fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ àti ìfẹ́.
Children of God with honor and love.
Ọba tiwantiwa ni wọ́n ń pè é, ọba tiwantiwa.
I call him our own king.
Torí ọba tiwa ni eléyìí.
He is our own king.
Ọba aláyélúwà.
His Royal Majesty.
Ọba Owolabi.
King Owolabi. Adeniyi. Adeshina.
Eléyìí wọ́n máa ń bọ̀. Wọ́n ní fọ̀rọ̀ mi ràn mí àbí ṣùgbọ́n èmi ò ní pè bẹ́ẹ̀ èmi ò ní pè ní fọ̀rọ̀ mi ràn mí àbí tí wọ́n máa ń pè èmi pè ní
I won't call him what they used to call him. I'll call
àwọn aláṣeyọrí
the king of the achievers
ìlú Èkó.
of the
state. Láti kí kábíyèsí pé kábíyèsí kó káàbọ̀ sáárín wa.
Let's rise and praise the king and call him welcome.
Ọba tó tóbi àrò.
Ẹ ṣé ẹ jẹ́ ká jókòó.
Let's be seated.
Kábíyèsí mo fẹ́ wá ẹni ni wọ́n pé ọdún kan ṣé wàá rí ọjọ́ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn ni kábíyèsí wa fi ṣe ọdún kan tó wà lórí àlééfà. Sunday tí a sọ̀rọ̀ Monday ni kábíyèsí wọ ìpè bí orípalágbára ni Ọlọ́run. Láti ọdún kan yẹn Ọlọ́run ò já ríbi lórí wọn.
And since that time we've not had any form of bad news about him.
Kábíyèsí pé oríṣiríṣi o.
We have lots of
class
things.
Ọba wà. Àwọn fourth class wà.
We have the first class.
Àwọn kò ní ìwé wà.
And we have those who do not have
second class
documents.
wà.
And we have second class.
Ṣùgbọ́n ọba tiwantiwa yìí.
They are our own king.
Orí.
Can't you see?
Láìpẹ́ láìrìn jìnnà.
In a very short time.
Gómìnà ìlú Èkó.
The governor of Lagos State.
Ó kàn sọ ó fi ṣe first class ọba.
He just made him the first class king.
Bámi yìí lógo.
Ògo.
So ọba tiwantiwa yìí ń ṣọba.
Our own king.
Local champion.
He's not a local king.
Ọba international.
He's an international king.
Local national.
He's a global
Lagos
king.
national.
He's a Lagos
Nigeria
king.
national.
He's a Nigerian national
National
king.
national.
He's a national king.
Ọba tiwa nìyẹn o.
Our own king.
Kábíyèsí ẹ káàbọ̀ sí àárín wa.
Your Majesty will welcome
Mo
you.
kí n káàbọ̀ ní orúkọ Ọlọ́run wa.
I welcome you in the name of the Lord.
Ẹ máa ní sùúrù díẹ̀ títí two. Ẹ lọ mọ̀
You
pé
be sort of patient till about
ṣé o
2
mọ̀ ọba tó
p.m.
ní ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run.
He is
Èrò
a
ti
king
pọ̀ nílé wọn o.
that has the fear
Èrò
of
ti
God.
pọ̀
And he
rẹpẹtẹ.
has lots of guests in his
Jíjẹ
house.
mímu lọ ń bẹ̀
And we
lénìí.
have Mary and
Mo lè pẹ́
dining
tó ń
and
bọ̀.
dining at his place.
Ó máa dùn ju eléyìí lọ.
And I know by this time
Jésù.
next year it will surpass
Kábíyèsí ní
this.
palace kan mi tí ìrù palace náà rí
He
ní
has
gbogbo
a
Èkó
palace.
yìí.
I've not seen that kind of a palace in
Ọba
the
tó
whole
jẹ
of
lánàá
Lagos
tó
State.
ìtọ́dún kan.
A king that was.
Tá bá ń ka àwọn tó
that
ní
came on the
palace
throne
ńlá
last
ńlá
year,
ńlá
just
lẹ́kọ̀ọ́
about a
yìí.
year.
Lẹ́yìn kí ló ti pè é olówó Èkó.
Aside
Òun lọ́ba
king of
ìkejì tí
Lagos,
palace ẹ̀ tó tóbi tó fáìn
and
gan.
he has
Mo
the
nǹkan
finest and
ìgbàlódé
biggest
ó wà ní
palace.
palace wọn.
And we have
Mo sọ
all
fún yín pé mo ní
sorts of
tẹlifíṣàn kan
state-of-the-art
palace wọn
things
mo ti rí.
in the palace. I saw a palace
Ohun lásán
set
tẹlifíṣàn
in
yẹn
his
á fi
palace.
tanná tó
When
bá
you
ti
talk,
gbóhùn ẹ.
it brings out the light.
Tẹlifíṣàn yẹn kàn hàn
When
ní.
it hears
Ó wà
the
ní
voice, it
palace
brings
wọn
on the
tó bá di
light.
next
He
year
has it in his
ní
palace.
agbára Ọlọ́run ní April
Next
àbí
year,
ní March.
Between the months
I'll
of
pay you
April
láti lọ bá wa
March
ṣí
and
palace
April,
náà.
we will invite
Palace
you to come
ìgbàlódé.
to launch the palace for
Torí
you.
palace yẹn tó bá ti wọnú ọgbà bẹ̀.
When you enter
Wọ́n máa
into
fẹ́
the
wọ bẹ̀ wọ́n máa wò
compound,
pé grass ló wà ń bẹ̀.
you will be looking at
Wọ́n máa
it
wo
so
grass
that
báyìí.
it's a kind of
Tó bá ti
mirror.
ń rìn
And
wà
when
ní
you
kó rí
walk,
tiles ni. Àwọn ló
you
fi
realize that
tiles
it's
ṣe
tiles.
ìta
He
palace
made-
tiwọn. Ó
he
dàbí
made-
rọ́ọ̀gì.
he made a-
Tiles tó
it's
dàbí
called
rọ́ọ̀gì mi ò
rounded
rírọ̀ ẹ̀
tiles
rí.
and it looks like a
Kábíyèsí
set of
ẹ̀mí
rocks.
yẹn gùn o.
May you live long, sir.
Kábíyèsí mo lẹ́mí yẹn gùn o.
Bí Jésù.
Ẹ ṣe. A máa tẹ̀síwájú ní àwọn ètò wa.
We'll proceed in our programs.
Kábíyèsí má wọrí o. This after 12 ẹ relax pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run.
Just take your
Ẹ
time
jókòó,
with God. Do
kábíyèsí.
not worry. Please be seated, sir.
Ẹ jókòó.